Good morning. I hope everybody's had a great weekend. Today is Spring Sports Assembly. Mr. Moss has an announcement before that, but seniors, this is our last week, so let's make it count.
Good morning. I have two announcements. The first is to all juniors and your parents to remind you that we have a parents' night tonight in the Dodd Banquet Room at 7 o'clock. It's our college parents' night for junior parents. This will be the first in-person meeting we have had for parents this year, so we hope that we'll have a good turnout. The content of the program is largely going to be to talk about whatever your questions are and what you want to hear about tonight regarding the rising seniors and what they should be working on for college. We also have some college acceptances that have come in since last week. These have been offered admission. Grace Lyons to Virginia Tech, Abigail Schul to Christopher Newport University, Daria Black to George Washington University Presidential Academic Scholarship and Women's Leadership in Science Program, Og Ningambam, Rochester Institute of Technology and Illinois Wesleyan University, and Ricky Frisiani, St. Andrews University in Scotland. Congratulations to those seniors.
Good morning, Tigers. Very excited about today's Spring Sports Assembly. And I guess what I'm most excited about is the fact that I'm so proud of y'all. I really am proud of the community. I'm proud of each and every one of y'all. I know it was a busy time. I do not have this official. I don't know how to go about making this official, but I'd be willing to bet we hosted more athletic events this spring than any other time in the history of the school. Soccer was home, baseball was home. It was great to have y'all on campus. It was great to see y'all. I'm proud of y'all. I'm proud of the coaches. I'm proud of how hard you work. First of all, I want to thank Mr. Bell. I want to thank the school administration for allowing us to do things like that. The campus has been alive all spring, and it's been great. So we want to thank that. I want to thank our Booster Club for allowing us to represent our academic award winners today, which is great. I also want to thank Coach Nathan and Coach West for keeping me on track and always making sure that we're trying to make ourselves better each and every day. So I'm excited about y'all being here. I know we've got a lot of sports to go over, so let's get started. I want to start with Coach Larry. He had a remarkable baseball season. Anything's exciting is coming in and watching them play baseball in the afternoon. It was great. He had a great season, and I'm sorry that it didn't get to keep going, but he did a tremendous job. Coach Larry.
Good morning. First and foremost, thank Mr. Bell and the administration for their support. Thank Coach Guth, Coach West, Coach Aitken for their support in the athletic department. As a lot of you may or may not know, probably one of the toughest losses we endured this year, and probably in my career, Friday night. I can't say how proud I am. There's not enough words of how proud I am of this team. Of these seniors, probably one of the best group of seniors we've had as far as their leadership, their work on and off the field this year. And I am just super, super proud of them. Had a great year. Again, it's not how we wanted to end, but again, it's something that these guys can always look back on and really appreciate what they did. I want to thank the coaching staff, Coach Woods, Coach Fine, and Coach Bell for all their work as well. We'll start with the academic. The Scholar Athlete Award, which I feel is probably one of the most important awards, and obviously it's because of the academic part of it, which, you know, you're not going to be able to get anywhere without that. Because I know that most coaches at the collegiate level, the first thing they ask is, how are the academics? And to me, a guy that's able to do academics and athletics speaks a lot about him. And our Scholar Athlete Award goes to Jackson Norris. Next award goes to a young man that's a 4-year senior. Been with him a long time, since the middle school. Just a guy that you love to see there every day. It's not about athletic ability. It's about how he comes in. Yes or no, sir, I'll do it. You don't have to ask him to do things. Coaches love him, players love him, and it's the Pillar Award, which will go to Lawson Brown. Next award goes to a young man that's, again, another 4-year senior. Again, been with him since the middle grade years. Just watching him grow. If you look at him as a young man in middle school, you think, man, he's never going to get there. But just if you look at him now, just a strong young man, hard worker, day in and day out, and I'm talking even practices. He's out there busting his tail, working hard. And it shows, and people see it. He's a great example. He's a great leader, and our MVP goes to Aiden Cloud.
Typically, we recognize golf at this time. Coach Bush has asked me to put that off to another time. Right now, our golf team is in Columbus, Georgia, where they're fighting for an area championship. Our teams have worked very hard, and they will be recognized when their season is complete. So right now, I'd like to go to Coach Smiley and girls lacrosse.
Good morning. I also want to start off thanking the administration. We've said all year how this has been a crazy year. We never really knew what was going on. It's been a crazy year. We never really knew what was going on. We would get phone calls one day saying that the school couldn't play for 2 weeks, and we'd get a phone call the next day saying that they could play us on Tuesday but not on Thursday, and they could only have 5 players, and they might have 12 by the next day. So to say that we appreciate how flexible everybody's been this season would be an understatement. But we were able to get everything done, and we had a great season for lacrosse this year. We're the first Darlington girls team to make it to the playoffs. So we're really excited about that. For a long time, most all the schools that had lacrosse in our area were in Atlanta, and they're really, really great. And they all start playing when they're in 2nd grade, and they're really, really great. And so we were always in an area with them, and so it was really hard to get out of that area to move on to playoffs. But in the past couple years, some of our more local schools, still kind of far away, but Bremen and some of those schools have started having lacrosse teams, so we're able to split that area up a little bit and give all of us a little more chance to be competitive. And because of that, we were able to make it to playoffs this year. And the girls did really well, and we had a really great season. Part of that definitely is attributed to my coaching staff. Jennifer Lutweiler has been assistant coach for 2 years, but we snagged a ringer this year. Jade Cox, a former Darlington player who played at Birmingham Southern, who's a fantastic lacrosse player, happened to be home for a little while, and so we got Jade as an assistant coach, and she really worked the girls hard, and they really developed into much better players and really started fulfilling their potential. So we've had a great season. The first award that I'm going to give today is our Scholar Athlete. We talk about all the time how student is first and student athlete, and I think we really do a good job at Darlington of owning that. We listen to what they need to do academically, and we try to schedule around that. We had a couple times this year that I got really stressed because for some random reason Columbus is in our area, and Columbus is far away, and so when we're trying to schedule playing in Columbus around everybody's 15 AP tests and practice sessions, we do the best we can, and at the last minute we found out that we had to reschedule, and we were going to be playing them right before the SAT, and all my juniors were about to have a stroke. We got to take the SAT on Saturday. We can't go to Columbus Friday night. I was like, well, I'm going to do what I can. So we made a bunch of calls. We were able to change it so we could take another time because I really felt like it was important that they get a good night's sleep before they take the SAT, because these girls are really focused on school. They love playing lacrosse and they want to give it 100%, but school is their priority. And I appreciate that as a teacher, parent, and a coach. So this year's Scholar Athlete goes to a student that I have been really close to for a number of years, and she works so hard in all that she does. She's a leader on the field, but she's also a leader in the classroom, and she always does a good job of making sure that she is prioritizing her time so that she can be as successful as she can. And she's got some great goals for the future, where she wants to go to school and how she's going to pursue that, and I have no doubt that she will. Our Scholar Athlete this year is Mary Mac Pittman. Oh, you want one with that? The next award that I'm going to present is our Pillar Award. When I first started coaching lacrosse 4 years ago, I had a pretty good group, pretty diverse group, girls that had played for a while, and I had one freshman. And she showed up, gave 100%, was focused on lacrosse. Even though she was involved in multiple other activities at school and even some other sports, lacrosse was her thing. And she was at the wall every day making suggestions of different exercises and drills that we could do, and I just knew that it was important to her. We tried to find some other girls in her class that might be interested, and the next year we had maybe one more sophomore, but she was still my core player. Junior year, only junior, made it to her senior year, and she was my only senior. Those of you who have been coaches before know that when you first start coaching, as much as you love your players and you love your team, they're not quite your players yet. They've been coached by somebody else for a little while, and they have to kind of buy into your way of doing things and transition into being your team. So those first freshmen that you have, that's your first team. Those are your first players that are the ones that are your people, your program, and have only done it your way. And so I'm so pleased to announce that our Pillar Award this year goes to Kathy May. Our last award today is our most valuable performer. We always tell the girls when we're thinking about your most valuable performer, that's the person that you need on the field. You have a lot of people that are good offensively, you have a lot of people that are good defensively, and a lot of people have certain key things that they do well that put you in the game. But your most valuable player is the one that you need in there all the time, because them being in the game is what makes the difference. When they're not there, everybody sees it on both sides of the ball and even on the sidelines. And this year, our most valuable performer is Emily Ann Tribus.
Thank you very much, Coach Smiley. And now Coach Lee's your boys lacrosse.
Welcome and thank you. Let me first say as well, I speak on behest of the whole team. Thank you for letting us play. I know that after last year, this was just being able to go through what we did and finish the season out was tremendous for us. Making it into playoffs is kind of a good start to get back to where we once were. And so to speak for all the boys, I know that they would want to thank you, Coach Guth, and everybody else that made it possible. The first award is our Scholar Athlete. It's the person that's capable of maintaining the highest GPA while also giving an exemplary effort on the field as well. This individual is going to be someone that I expect to hear his name almost every year, whether it be for an academic or an athletic award. He's the type of kid that embodies what we as a teacher or a coach desire and expect from our athletes. We are blessed to have about a third of our athletes running about a 4.0 weighted GPA or higher. And this guy is the one that kind of stepped up just a shine above others. And he's also probably one of the kids that I don't think there's an award winner for me that couldn't also be a candidate for MVP. But our winner for Scholar Athlete this year is Connor Brown. I came without one. Whose is it? Get too used to wearing a mask, I guess. So our next award is really kind of what I've coined into two. Traditionally, we have a Founders Award endowed by John Husser. It's established to remember the tradition and honor of the game, and that the Darlington Lacrosse program. This award is given to the player who best exemplifies the ideals of a sportsman: unselfish dedication, loyalty, or team before self, and unyielding effort, setting the standard for all Darlington lacrosse players. This, to me, this year embodies what I would also call the Coaches Award, which is what we entitled it. For me, the Coaches Award has got to be somebody that is very easy to coach, somebody that's willing to go the extra distance, always set the example, and really plays the leader both on and off the field for us. There's one individual that really has stepped into that leadership position this year and embodied what we want effort-wise on the field. And I think he was a very good motivator for all the other players. This award this year goes to one of my favorite all-time players, gotta let you know, Burke Shrimpshire. Again, I would say easily all three of my awards, these guys are all most valuable to me, but there is one player this year that really stands out a little bit. The Most Valuable Player Award is endowed by Gordon Lee Height III. This is the athlete that gives more than any other on the field day in and day out, or than any other player while still maintaining exemplary academic and out-of-school attitude and effort. Really, to me, both the Coaches Award and the MVP are about equal in their meaning. And I think that either way, they could be swapped. This player is somebody that, going into the season, really saw that he needed to do something that was beyond selfless. And at one point, we had a turning point in our season, which I won't get into, but at that point, this kid came to me and said, I want to do what's right for the team. And because of his unselfishness, he allowed us to really come back and really have the season that we were able to have. He's somebody that's I promised a long time ago that I would never make him play in a position that he didn't want to, because he played a different position in middle school and he was fantastic at it. And so when he realized that the team needed him to fill a role, it is literally because of him that we had as much success as we did. And without him on the field, I'm not sure that we would have had a 500 season like we did. So our most valuable player this year goes to Will Bagby.
Thank you very much, Coach Leisure. Now coaching our Shorey girls soccer.
I want to start by thanking Coach Hunt, not for just being Coach Hunt, but for accommodating all our home games. He was very gracious. We had a ton of them this year. But we like him just because he's coach on it too. All right, first we're going to do our Scholar Athlete Award. And this person's much more than just a smart soccer player. She's the heart and soul of our defense. We always secretly hope for the day when basketball's over. We don't actually wish for them to lose, but we're always happy when basketball's over because we get her, and we always struggle till we get her. Our Scholar Athlete Award, E, is Sarah Cannell. Our Pillar Awardee is a 4-year starter. Sometimes she's a little bit random, but she's an awesome influence on the team. She's the kind of person that you want on the team. Like, she's a talented soccer player, made significant contributions to us offensively this year, but more than that, just a solid young lady. This year's Pillar Award goes to Tanya Maples. Finally, our most valuable performer. She's also a 4-year starter, and she's the type of person that when she wasn't on the field, it was just a difference. Just, you could look up at the scoreboard and see it was very one-sided, but you'd see her out there playing. You couldn't tell what the score was because she really truly embraced the grind and always worked hard. It took her 4 years to finally get a yellow card in her very last game, but it wasn't from lack of effort or trying. Our most valuable performer, we're really going to miss her, Emma Good.
Thank you very much, Coach Shorty. Now Coach Enderley, boys soccer.
Good morning. I want to start by saying thank you to a few people who helped me tremendously this season. Al Shoring still helping me out right here. Thank you for helping me with the logistics of coaching. I don't think we would have had a bus or any refs for games without you, so thanks, Al. Kurt Lutweiler, thank you for talking soccer strategy and designing drills with me. And Justin, Pep Guardiola, Bruce, thanks for hearing the call and being my assistant coach. The season would have been a disaster without your help. Now for our awards. For all 3 of our award winners, I would tell the younger players that if you want to be successful in soccer or in high school in general, try to be like these guys and you'll do great. The Scholar Athlete Award. There's a tie for this award. Both of these players were invaluable on the field, so it's inspiring to see what they're capable of in the classroom as well. Our Scholar Athletes are Jonathan Murphy and Ricardo Friziani. Okay, our Pillar Award. This is a player that was talented on the field, but it was his presence and work ethic that were a positive influence on the team more than anything. Other players look up to him and follow his lead. Our Pillar Award winner is Brinson Sumner. And now, most valuable performer. The winner of this award is a great soccer player. He worked hard from the start of the season, even though he wasn't eligible to play until March. He was effective all over the field, and other teams could hardly contain him. He assisted goals, he finished goals, and he was as valuable in practice and when leading his teammates as he was when the ball was at his feet. Our most valuable performer is Jonathan Murphy.
Thank you very much, Coach Ungilly. Now, Coach Owens with tennis.
Y'all bear with me, I've got two teams, boys and girls, so it might take a little while. First off, I want to start off by thanking Coach Guth and our administration. I was able to text, call, really at any point in time and always answered questions. I feel like this is really my first full year as head coach, just with everything that went on last year. So I appreciate all that support from Coach Guth and our administration. Facilities and maintenance staff all year, they were a huge help in getting our facilities set up for our season, and especially our region tournament. Our team moms, got Mrs. Carlton, Mrs. Waters, Mrs. Roberts, and Mrs. Watkins. Really, they were there, showed up every single match with the wagons, full wagons, and it was cool to see so much. We've always had parental support, but I felt like this year it was something really special, and always could count on a big crowd at our away matches, especially. Got Coach Cesaro for all his support and help throughout the year, and finally, my wife. She's 38 weeks pregnant, and in those last few weeks, just traveling, she had a lot of patience and put up with me, and so just appreciate all of those. We'll start off with the boys' side. We're going to go with our academic award first. This player is a 4-year starter on varsity. I had him as a freshman, and I've just seen him grow tremendously and mature tremendously over the past 4 years. This year, I'd never seen a set of players have so much fun playing, and it was really fun every single practice, every single day, because I would try to maneuver and give them a different challenge. And his sister and I beat him one time, so there's always going to be that out there. But he was a big part of our boys' success this year. Our academic award goes to Tate Roberts. So before I give this award out, I want to give a shout out to all our boys, top down, an amazing season. Made it to the second round of the playoffs this year, which has been a while since we've been there. They had an amazing season at 11-3, and really only lost to 2 teams. And one of those losses, we had to give away a line. So this particular player stood out to me because of his work ethic and his ability to battle through injury. One thing that'll really stay with me is after the boys lost in the second round, we hadn't even got on the bus yet. And the first question he asked was if he could still come out to the girls' practice to push them to be the best that they could be, because he knew that they had a third round match coming up. And that just, to me, is kind of the epitome of a team player. Right after the loss, you want to push your teammates to be better. This player is a 3-year starter. And he is a pillar on the team, and he'll be receiving the Pillar Award, SafeCon. All right, kind of taking a look back at our season. Can't believe the stats on this player. He went 10-1, had an injury that kept him out for 2 weeks, but went 10-1 overall. And each match was pretty much a guarantee. As a coach, it takes me a little while to get around to all our players. Typically, boys and girls are playing at the same time, so that's 10 different matches going on at once. And more times than not, by the time I got around to to this player, because we can really only talk to him in a switchover, he was already done. And he wasn't done with just the first set, he was done with the match. And he had secured a win for us, which was huge. And he was a really big part of our boys' success this year. Our MVP goes to Cave Khan. All right, so now to the girls' side. We're going to go with our academic awards for the girls, and this year we have two. And I have the pleasure of teaching both of these girls in AP Spanish. One is our #1 singles, which is saying something to have that secured that spot as a sophomore. And the other two is the #2 doubles player who really improved as the year went on and was a big part of our clinching our second round playoff win. Both of these girls I knew are going to have great success, and I'm so lucky to have them for 2 more years. So we have Anaya Desai and we have Ella Roberts. All right, our next is going to be our Pillar Award, and this player was our most consistent player this year and really has been over the last several years. She's a quiet leader and shows up day in and day out ready to work hard and get better. No matter the outcome of the match, she always had a smile on her face, and I could always count on her to be there to help out setting up nets, to help lead an optional practice. She was a huge part of our girls' success of making it to the Lead 8. And this year's Pillar Award goes to Katie Carlton. All right, last but not least, I don't even know if she's here. I think she's taking an AP exam. This player made a big transition this year from doubles to singles and really helped us out at that spot. Despite a crushing tiebreak loss early in the season, she developed nerves of steel, which helped propel us deep into the playoffs. She was down 4-5 in the second round of the playoffs and came back to win 7-5. She had some big wins for us throughout the year and has always kept a positive attitude even during those tough losses. And I know for sure we wouldn't have been able to make it as far without her. So this year's MVP award goes to Ivy Waters.
Thank you very much, Coach Owens. Now, Coach Hunt, track.
All right, I'm going to try to hurry. We're easing up on the end of the school day. Got practice here in a minute. I want to, first of all, thank my assistant coaches and my seniors especially. You know, all I do is really show up to a track meet and shoot the starter pistol. The assistant coaches are the ones that do all the coaching, all the hard work. Really appreciate those guys. And the seniors for fighting through the distractions that we have sometimes and doing a great job and sticking with it. So we're going to start off with our girls team. We'll start off with the academic awards. These are my favorite because this is usually what I won. No, just kidding. Girls Academic Award goes to a young lady, probably one of the hardest workers I've ever been around. If she's not competing, then she's studying. And she's a 3-sport athlete, does a great job. Our academic award goes to Belle Brooks. I have 2 pillar awards for the girls, both 4-year letter winners, both seniors. Like I said, 4-year letter winners. You know, you've heard a little bit about pillar awards today. These are the people that, you know, they don't make excuses. They're at practice. They're working hard. They do away with the distractions. They take care of their business. They're great teammates. You know, all of that stuff that's very, very, very important in order to be successful. And that's what these 2 young ladies have done. And let me see. First of all, we have trying to put where y'all are going to college too. I hope I didn't mess this up. Girls, Grace Garlinghouse is one of our award winners. Like I said, she was a 4-year letter winner. And Grace, I believe, TCU, is that correct? Yes, where are you at, Grace? She in an AP exam? All right, she's in an AP exam. But Grace Garlinghouse was one, and then the other one is Lauren Childs. Lauren's 4-year letter winner. She qualified in 4 events for the sectional meet coming out of the area the other day. You can only compete in 4 events. So she qualified in every one of those. Very proud of her. And I don't know what got into her area, but I hope it gets into her again next weekend. Lauren Childs. University of Alabama. Our most valuable performer is another young lady. She's been with us for 3 years now. 3-sport athlete, which is not easy. She also qualified in 4 events for the sectional meet next weekend. They changed the rules this year. You can't do 5, you can do 4. She would have probably qualified in 5 if she was able to do that. Very, very proud of her. Looking for great things next Saturday at sectionals and the next weekend when we go to state. Our most valuable performer is Emmeline Ratledge. Boys. We had a tie for the academic award, and it wasn't for all the tutoring I give these guys after practice. I'm not sure it would have happened. They both do a great job for us. They're throwers. Gus Gamages won. He had to compete on the JV level this year because he just moved to us. But he went over to Pepperell, went to a JV meet and beat everybody by like 10 feet in the shot put and about 20 feet in the discus. So we're looking for great things out of Gus. Our other academic award winner is Joey Kite. Joey qualified for the discus next week at sectionals. Looking for great things out of that. So we got Joey Kite and Gus Gamage academic awards. All right, our Pillar Award. This guy's been with us for 4 years. 4-year letter winner. He will be going on to run track at the collegiate level. I think he's made his final decision the other day. That'll be coming out soon. I don't want to misspeak, but he will be running at the next level. That'll be coming out where he'll be going. Done an outstanding job for us. Does whatever he's asked to do. He also qualified in 4 events for next week at the sectional meet. Very proud of this young man from as far as he's come. It's really unbelievable. Done a great job for us. Our Pillar Award is Jackson Floyd. Jackson is also taking an AP exam. I got some smart kids. And then our most valuable performer this year came to us this year, done an outstanding job, also qualified in 4 events. And I'm telling you, I think if this guy keeps working as hard as I know he will, because I'm not going to accept anything less, he's got some championships in his future. Our most valuable performer is Brian Glass.
I want to thank everybody very much. I want all award winners to please stay after chapel so we can get a picture. There's one more person I want to recognize. I'm old, I've been doing this a long time. I remember years and years ago I was walking around a great school in the Southeast, and I saw they had an award on the wall. I didn't know what that was, but that's where they honor anybody that was a 4-year senior that stayed competitive in all 3 seasons, all 4 years. And I thought that was really a cool thing. I don't know why it's taken me this long to recognize this, but we're starting a new tradition right here. We've got a senior this year that did something that's really special. It doesn't happen very often. You hear all the time about people specializing in sports or whatever. But we've got a young man that has been here all 4 years, and he's competed in all 3 seasons, all 4 years. And at this time, we're gonna recognize him. I don't have an award for him because I want him to help me decide what that wants to be. But we're going to put up a plaque in the Huffman Center. We're going to recognize those seniors that make this competition. But at this time, if my senior can come forward, he may be in the exams. I'm sorry if he is. Good luck during the exams. But Alexander Austin, all 4 years, all 3 seasons. So I'm sorry that he wasn't here, but I appreciate all of y'all being here today. You guys, please know how proud I am of you. The coaches know how much I appreciate y'all every day. Thank y'all very much. Let's have a great summer.